Life hack. My high school teacher, Mr. Jordan, had a rule that rewarded the laziest people in class. His rule was, all members of a group project will receive the same grade, no matter what. He had beady eyes, a long white beard, and refused to wear anything other than expensive suits to work. And whenever anyone complained about his outdated rule, he'd tell us that this was what the real world was like. And if we weren't ready for something this simple, we'd probably end up homeless anyway. Like, what the F? Anyway, I thought it wouldn't affect me since me and my friends refused to let anyone take the heavier load of work. Until one day, when he announced the forbidden words no student ever wants to hear. Assigned group projects. Gulp. I crossed my fingers and hoped for the best, but I guess I didn't cross my fingers hard enough, because I ended up being assigned with the wasters of our class. You know the ones. Constantly smelling like the devil's lettuce, skipped class at least once a day, thought it was cool to have a GPA of 1.5. It's like I could see the future, because I instantly knew that working with them was a death sentence. At the end of class, I ran up to Mr. Jordan practically begging him to adjust the equal grades policy just this once. He lifted his single index finger that was stained with yellow from his chain smoking habit. No, 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 he said slowly. Like I said, no exceptions. If you don't like it, then you can leave. I had to stop myself from rolling my eyes. Like, why do teachers always say that? I literally don't have a choice whether I can leave or not, but thanks. Anyway, I was determined for that old effort to change his policy. So much so that I began to document everything. In the first week, I scheduled a team meeting. At first, no one in the group chat replied to me, so I started spamming it with Bitmoji stickers and refused to stop until everyone replied. When the day came, Wednesday at 7 p.m., no one showed up. The next morning, everyone texted in their excuses, but it was too late. I already had my screenshot. Mwahaha. And in our Google document, I was the only one making any contributions. Heck, none of those slackers even put their effing name on it. The worst part is that they knew they were doing jack shit. Sometimes they'd text in the group and say things like, every group needs a beach. Guess we found ours. Or, it's so hot how submissive you are. Thanks, beach. But every time, I just smiled, because I knew after the project was over, their lives would never be the same again. It was around this time that I did the most insane thing known to mankind. I read the student handbook. After dozens of paper cuts and almost falling asleep, I finally found it. Right there, on page 39. District Educational Code Section 4.7. Individual assessment must be available when documented disparity exceeds 40%. I let out a sigh of relief. I knew everything I had done up to this point would be used for good. All I had to do was prove that I did over 40% of the group project. Over the next few days, I poured everything into making sure the group project was perfect. I even started replying to their group chat messages about how their GPAs would be completely messed up if it wasn't for me, how I was saving them from flunking out. Then the due date finally came. I walked into that classroom like a soldier on a battlefield, fully equipped with armor. Mr. Jordan wanted us to present it in front of the class. Old school. When we did, the wasters didn't even try to hide the fact that they were reading off the board. By the end, we all got A's, but their celebration was cut short. Mr. Jordan, it's clear I did much more work than them. They don't deserve that grade. No, 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 he interrupted. All group members in a project will receive the same grade no matter what. I smirked and put up another